boys and girls, it's Miss Lisa. Welcome back to my table of art. I hope you enjoyed the video introducing you to pop art. Pop art was a really cool movement. I'm sure you recognized a few of the imagery that was seen in the video, like the soup cans that Andy Warhol did, or comic books from Roy Lichtenstein. Those are pretty common items and they're very recognizable. How about the ones with the famous movie stars like Marilyn Monroe? And they're all different colored squares. Those are some really cool artworks that Andy Warhol did, and Roy Lichtenstein. So today, I'd like to show you a project that we're going to do that's inspired by Andy Warhol. We're going to do his soup cans. I have an example standing up here in my bulletin board. It's a really easy project, and I hope you enjoy it. I know I did when I was making it. We're going to need just one piece of white construction paper. How easy could that be? How about we fold it in half? Look how we're folding it in half. And how do we do that? We make the corner meet the corner. We make this corner meet the corner. So now we have a piece of paper that we need to fold. So if I bring my fingers in, hold on, I'm going to bring it down to my table. This way you can see what I'm doing. Hang on. So here I brought my corner to corner, and this corner's meeting that corner. I'm holding my finger down, and now I'm pressing and going out. And I folded my paper in half. We're going to fold it in half again. Let's make corner meet corner. Slide the finger down and press. Now let's open it up. We have 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. But right now that's in landscape mode. We want to keep it in portrait mode. You know the difference of landscape and portrait, right? Well, in case you don't, let's review it. When you hold your paper in this direction, where it's more side to side, wider than it is long. This is called landscape mode. The horizon line goes straight across the longest part of the paper. This is called portrait mode. Your face would be right in the center here, sort of like my face right now. Portrait mode, landscape mode. You got that? Okay. We're going to be working in portrait mode today. And each one of these sections, we're going to draw a soup can. And guess what? You're going to make up silly soups. And you're going to name your soup cans, and you're going to decorate them in beautiful bright colors, just like Andy Warhol. But you have to keep certain colors in mind, and I'll get to that when we're ready, okay? So how about we practice making our soup cans first? We're going to start with one section, right here. And we want to try to fill the section with the soup can. We don't want a little tiny soup can with a big section of negative air. We want to fill the paper with a big large soup can, sort of like behind me. So I'm going to pretend that this board is one of those sections. See that? And we're going to learn how to make a soup can together. Watch how easy it is. You're going to be shocked. Here's the first section on our white construction paper. We're going to draw 2 dots right across from each other. You see that? On the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the first dot and we're going to make a little smiley face. Is that a smiley face? I think so. Now I'm going to make an upside down smiley face. Oh, but I already turned it upside down. I could either turn my paper upside down and make another smiley face, or I could just make an upside down smiley face from dot to dot. That's the top of the can. This is also known as an ellipse, and it's foreshortening. What does that mean? Well, this oval ellipse shape that I just created was originally a circle. Think about it. It's the top of the can. Does it look like that when we see it? No. I'm going to find something round. This would be like the top of the can. But as we move the circle, it's changing its shape. We're no longer seeing a round shape. We're kind of seeing this oval shape, which is called an ellipse. And this is an example of foreshortening. So let's try this again. I'm going to go slower because I want to make sure you know how to do it. Because once you learn how to make this shape, you could go and draw forever and ever and ever, cans everywhere, just like Andy Warhol. Dot and dot, right across from each other. And this is how wide my can is going to be. I'm going to make a smiley face. How easy was that? Now I'm going to change that smile to a frown. And I'm going to make an upside down smiley face. How easy was that? So now we have the first part of our soup can. We're going to take this dot and we're going to bring a straight line right down the side of this paper. 1, 2. How's that? That was pretty easy. Now you see the smiley face we made here? We're going to connect these two lines and make a smiley face again. Whoopsie. Let me look at it first. Here we go. Smiley face. And there you have it. We made a soup can. Smiley face, frown. Smiley face. We drew two lines coming down the side. Now we want it to look like Andy Warhol soup cans. So remember what they looked like? They had like a circle in the center. And they also separated the top from the bottom. The top was red, the bottom was white. So remember this smiley face here? We're going to do the exact same smiley face right through that circle. And then we're just going to erase inside the circle. Now it really looks like a soup can. But how can we really tell it's a soup can? How about we write the word soup? All right. Right now, up until this point, you're using a pencil and eraser. Because if we make mistakes, we want to be able to erase. So I'm going to do this on my paper now. So I'm going to bring my screen down so you can see me working. Need my helping hand? Come on down and watch me make a soup can. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so I have a piece of paper just like you. But I'm going to put it in portrait mode. So we're doing it in the right direction. And I'm going to start with my first section, which is right here. I'm going to take a pencil. And I'm going to make my 2 dots. 1, 2. Can you see my 2 dots in the first section? And I'm going to connect them with a smiley face. There's my smiley face. Now I want to turn the smiley face into a frown. And I'm going to go on top of that and make another curved line, which created my ellipse. So this is the top of our can. Now I'm going to bring this straight line down, almost to the bottom, but not all the way. See how far down I went from the crease of the paper? I almost went to the bottom, but not all the way. And I'm going to take the same smiley face I used here, and I'm going to connect these 2 lines that came down to finish off my soup can. In the middle of the can, I'm going to make a circle. And I'm going to take that same smiley face and I'm going to put it right through that circle. So now I need to go back and erase the line that went through the circle. That was pretty easy. Now on the top of the can, I want to make it look a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to make an oval within the oval. So I'm just going to follow the lines that were there and connect them inside. And I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to make parallel lines to what was already there. Doesn't that look like the top of the can? How cool is that? The next thing we're going to do, once we're done drawing our can, is we're going to take a black Sharpie. We want it to be a Sharpie because we want it to stand out nice and bold. Take a black Sharpie and outline the lines you just drew. And don't worry about being perfect. We're just learning how to draw the cylinders. And we want it to look different from everybody else, so don't worry about it being perfect. Have fun with this. Draw your circle and your lines. Now you could go back and erase any pencil marks that are sticking out. Okay, there's my first soup can in my first section. Do you think you know how to make a soup can now? I sure hope so, because you have to do the same thing 3 more times. So if you're ready, let's go to our second section. Ready? Let's put 2 dots. Smiley face. Turn that smile into a frown. Bring our straight lines down. And make another smiley face. Put a circle right in the middle of the can. And take that smiley face and do it again through the circle. Let's go to the top of the can and let's follow the lines parallel inside. See how I did that? Let's do it one more time. There you go. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to outline the can. I forgot to erase the line that went through the circle. It's good practice to erase that because I might have forgotten and gone right through with the Sharpie. So I make my circle and then I'll trace the lines. Well, that's 2 cans we've completed. Pretty good. Now I'm going to go down to the third section. What's the first thing we do? We make our 2 dots. We make a smiley face connecting the dots, and then we turn that smile into a frown. Let's draw 2 lines, straight lines, coming down the sides. 1, 2, and we're going to make one more smiley face at the bottom. Remember the circle right in the middle of the can, and another smiley face, the same as the one at the bottom and the one at the top. Erase the line in between the circle, and then we outline with the Sharpie. The reason that we make the smiley face in the middle of the can, at the bottom of the can, and at the top of the can, it gives it the illusion of curving. It's a cylinder, not a rectangle. So we want you to feel the curve of the can. Don't forget the same inside the top of the can. I'm getting used to it now. I didn't even trace that one. Now we have one more section and one more can. 2 dots. Smiley face. Turn that smile into a frown. 2 straight lines coming down. Smiley face at the bottom, circle in the middle, smiley face in the middle. Erase the line that went right through the circle. Don't forget to make the 2 oval ellipse shapes on the top of the can and outline with our Sharpie. Boy, that wasn't too bad, right? We're almost done. The ellipse, which is the top of the can. All right, now we have 4 cans. Hold on, let me bring this up a little bit, sorry. 4 soup cans that we are going to create our own labels. I'd like you to take a black crayon now, and we're going to write the word soup on the bottom of all our cans. So go to your crayon box, find your black crayon, so we can write the word soup. I need to turn this towards me so I could see. And on the cans, they're at the bottom of the can is the word soup. S-O-U-P. 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 Soup. Okay? When you're done writing the word soup, then you could think about what you want to name your labels of soup. I'm going to get mine down so you could see it. I named it some crazy names. You want to see my crazy names? I'm going to bring you up. Oh, well, I don't even have to. Here you go. This is my milk dud soup, candy corn soup, Skittle soup, and Airhead soup. I named them all after candies, but you can make them anything. You can make it slippery slimy, milky malted, anything you want. Crazy names, silly names, any name you want. If you want, you could keep these like the original Campbell soup cans and color the top in red. And color the backs any color you want. Or you can color everything any color you want. But this is where it's tricky. You ready? If you color your can label using a cool color, do we remember what the cool colors are? Let me get my color wheel for you. Hold on. Excuse me, Mr. Squirtle and Mr. Pikachu. I need to take you down for a moment. Here we go. Here's a color wheel. I have some objects on here already. Cool colors will be this whole side of the color wheel. Purple, blue, and green. Those are the cool colors. I don't mean like they're really cool, man. I mean that they're really cool colors. They're not cold. They don't make me cold, but I feel cold. Think about ice cubes and the reflection in the snow. Kind of gives off a blue tint. These are your cool colors. On the other side of the color wheel, we have our warm colors. Think of the sun and all the colors that might be in the sun or even a fire. Reds and orange and yellow. Those are all warm colors. So now back to our project. If the can is going to be colored in a cool color, then you must do the background in a warm color. And this is your choice, because that is your artistic decision which colors you want to make what cans. If you want this to be orange and this to be some purple, that's okay. It's your artistic decision. You're going to be the creator and the artist of this project. Here I have, wow, I made a mistake. I just noticed that. This is a warm color, and this is a warm background. I made a boo-boo. How did I do that? Don't do that, because that's not what I want. Here you have a warm color, which is orange, and its backdrop is a cool color, which is green. So this I could fix really fast. If this is a warm color, what cool color could I make that? I know what color it's going to be. I'm going to make it purple, because purple, over here. Purple is a cool color. Let's see. Yep, this is a good purple. Hang on, guys. I'm fixing this one. I can't believe I made that mistake. You see? We're not perfect. We make mistakes. And you know what? Sometimes mistakes in art turn out to be really good. In this particular case, not so good, because I'm trying to teach you something. So it's not good that I made a mistake with my warm and cool colors. I was probably so deep in thought that I wasn't even realizing what color I used. Okay. That looks like black, but it's purple. So now we have a cool purple label with a warm background. So remember, whatever it is, you do the opposite. If this is warm, the background's cool. If this is cool, the background's warm. Okay? Name your soups. Give it some silly names. Color the circles in, whatever you choose. And for a nice finishing touch, if you mount it on some colored paper, it looks really nice. I'm going to color with you right now because I have my 4 soup cans and I still have to name them. I can't think what I want them to be. I don't know. And you know, there's another thing you can do. These are Campbell's soup cans. And the word Campbell's soup is usually on the top. If you want to name this anything you want and add that to it, go ahead. But I don't expect you to do that. You don't have to. That's not part of my lesson, but you can do that because, again, it's your creative decision. But right now, we're just doing the labels that we're naming ourselves with these silly, silly soup labels. So come on down and let's color together. Say, sound good? Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this blue crayon, which is blue-green. And that's a cool color. So you know what happens when I have a cool color on the background? Can you remember? Then that means my can label is going to have to be a warm color. If this is a cool color, the label needs to be warm. So I'm coloring the background, one section at a time. This looks like fun. I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope this isn't too difficult for you. Practice will make perfect. Don't worry about being perfect. If we follow the rules, the little dots, make a smiley face, then an upside down front, turn it into an upside down frown, line straight down the sides, another smiley face, and you have your cylinder. The top of the can, I have a gray crayon, so I'm going to color the tops of my can gray. But if you don't have a gray crayon, don't worry, you color it any color you want. This is your project, and you're the artist, and you can make any creative decisions you choose. So what could be a cool or warm color that would complement this cool color? How about, I wonder if this pink would look nice. I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper so I could try it out. Pink label with the blue, I kind of like that. I'm going to make my label pink. That's a nice warm color. Pink with the cool blue. Pretty nice. I like it. Do you like the combination? These are like complementary colors. Very nice. Okay. What color should I do the center? Maybe another cool color? Yeah, I think I like that idea. I'm going to make the center the same as the background, but I'm going to make it really dark. What do you think? Does that look good? You know, I didn't make up my soup label yet. I don't know what I want to call it. I'm going to use a red crayon just like Andy Warhol did. He labeled all his soups with red. So I'm going to stick to the same color he did, even though I got to find my red. Oh, I think I found one. What should I name my soups? How about, I do like slime. How about you guys? You like slime? I like making slime. Should I call it the green slime? Nah. It's pink label, so maybe I'll make it cotton candy soup. Cotton candy. Here we go. My first soup is cotton candy, inspired by my color choice. Nice idea. All right, so look at this. I've got a cool background. So right next door, what color background you think I should use? Whatever it is, if this is cool, this background needs to be what? Warm. That's right, warm. So I'm going to take yellow because yellow is a warm color. It looks really nice next to this blue. Kind of pops the way pop art should pop. And these complement each other as well, these two colors. This blue and this yellow. They look really nice side by side. So I'm going to color this background warm because that side is cool. And I press so hard with my crayons that I break my crayons all the time. And that's okay. I think they were meant to break. I love the combinations next to each other. Looks so pretty. So if my background of this soup is yellow and warm, that means I need to choose a cool color for the label. And you know what color I love with pink? I love purple. I'm sorry, not pink, with yellow. I love, oh, look at that. It's a beautiful purple crayon. My label's going to be purple. Purple and yellow are also complementary colors. They're on the opposite of each other on the color wheel. That's called complementary colors, but it could also be called contrasting colors. Look at this, how pretty. How nice is that? Look at, I'm actually giving it value by shading it darker on one side and pressing less on my crayon on the other side, almost giving it more of a curved feel than before. What do you think? Do you see that difference in the way the can looks? Yeah, let's back up a little bit. Look at that. Coming down too far. We need to put something here to keep that up. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Let me just try to... My screen keeps falling. Okay. So look at the colors right now. They're really popping. Warm yellow next to the cool blue. The purple is making that yellow pop. Boy, does that look great. And the pink and the blue, they're really popping too. I'm going to continue coloring this in so it's nice and dark. And I bet you when I put the yellow crayon in the center, that's really going to pop too. Let's see what we got. Oh my God, look at how beautiful that pops. Where's my red crayon? I'm going to name this soup. What should we name this soup? How about, we got purple people eater. How about the purple people eater? Purple people eater soup. Purple people eater. I got the purple people eater soup. And I'm going to take my gray crayon again and color the top of the can so it looks like it's a can. Alright guys, you go ahead and I'm going to continue coloring too, and I'll meet you back here in a little bit, okay? Remember, cool, warm, cool, warm. The labels are reversed. Warm, cool, warm, cool. Take your time, pick the colors, and I'll be right back to see how you did. How do you like my lime green background? That's a really cool color. Now I have to pick a nice warm color for the inside. I think I'm going to go with red, because green and red are complementary. So I'm going to go see how it looks. I'll be right back. Well, I colored the top of my label. It's not quite red. It's called scarlet. It's in the red family. And I bet you thought I named it tomato soup, but it's not. It's tombstone soup. How cool is that? Well, I've got one more, and I'll be back. Wow, look at that great orange. That's a nice warm color set next to the green, cool color. What a great complementary set they look like. I love it. And on to my label. Now just one more soup label to make up. What should I name this one? What shall I name this soup? I think I've got it. I don't know. I can't decide. I got it! Saltwater! Saltwater soup. Yeah! Inspired by my blue label. Saltwater soup. Oh my goodness, I finished mine. How about you? I'm really loving all my color combinations, and I bet yours are just as amazing, because you guys are amazing. Look at that. We got 4 Campbell's soup cans that we've created our own labels for. We used our own choice of colors, switching from warm to cool. This looks great. Oh, look, I forgot to color the tops of my cans. I'll be back in a second. I must finish. And now I'm officially done. I painted the tops. And you know what? You could have made any color you wanted on the top of the cans. If you don't have gray, you color them any color. It's your creative decision. That's what art's all about. Well, here's your pop art. Does it pop out at you? Mine sure does. I hope you enjoyed the movie that you saw about Andy Warhol. He's a pretty crazy guy, isn't he? But he did some beautiful artwork, and I'm enjoying it. So let's go and hang up our pop art so it pops right off the wall. And I'll see you guys next week for something new. In the meantime, keep making soup cans. Why stop at 4? Make 44. Make a bunch more. As many as you want. Andy Warhol did it, and he's a millionaire. See you guys next week for more art from my table of art. Ciao for now. See you later. Adios, amigos.